All right, what's going on, family? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hope everybody had a good and great week. Hopefully, you're able to catch some tips, learn something you never learned before, and continue to elevate. This week, I'm going to be going over the overall trade setups that Bitcoin gave over. So it's just going to be a weekly overview starting from Sunday, March the 21st, going into today. I'm going to be using two different charts. I'm going to have my overall layout that I see and how I view the market, and I'm going to be rewinding and walking you through the steps, and then I'll be using the blank chart overall. But what I'm going to point out are these two particular sales that were just so great. Right, I'm on a 4-hour time frame right now. This is the first sale or entry opportunity that Bitcoin presented for this sale. I went over 6,000 pips, almost 6,500 pips, family. But in reality, it dropped first around like 44,000 pips, and then it retraced back up and then gave you another opportunity to get in again with even better risk to reward. Yeah, I'm excited. This was a great week. This is a very great week. So let's hop into it. So like I said, I'm going to be starting from Sunday, and I'm really just going to be walking everybody through the process of what I saw and what the market what the market overall gave and the many opportunities that it gave. So I'm going to be starting from Sunday, right at the foreign exchange market open, so around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the reason this being is just because, that's where I'm going to start from. So the first thing I wanted to point out, right, is this major sell-off that Bitcoin happened. Now, I do know I have a lot of fibs on here, and you may not be able to tell exactly what's going on, but I'm going to break everybody down. The first thing I want you guys to pay attention to is this wave sequence. And when the wave sequences, I point out, I'm always looking for M's and W's, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to explain this before we get in. I'm always looking for M's for a sell, right? And I'm always looking for W's for a buy. And how this fits in for this particular setup that we have, right? If you start from the low of the M and you get right here, the middle point of the M is your 1 to 2 wave. So I always like to wait for a pullback after I have my identified move, and I try to get in on this 3 to 4 wave sequence. And then sometimes, a lot of the times when market pull back and give you another entry opportunity to catch this 3 to 4 or even 5 sometimes wave sequence. So to put that on the chart, exactly what I'm looking for right here is this right here. Okay, the market gave this beautiful, right? We have the pullback into the initial wave pattern that we had identified. The market came back and gave you another opportunity to catch the sell, right? I'm always trying to enter in on a 3 to 4th wave sequence, and the opportunity presents itself on a 5th wave pullback, then I catch it again. So the market just moves so influenced with the beautiful waves that everything was moving. But let's continue to get in. So right now, right, we're on Sunday. And right now, we already have identified our 1 to 2 wave sequence. So right now, I see price pulling back, and I'm even hot the chart. See price pulling back, and you can say this, right? I have two moving averages on the screen. The white is the 50, and the orange is the 200. For me, as long as the white is above the 200, we're in an uptrend, right? Because the 50 moving average is giving us a half average of price, and the price is above, I'm looking for sales. But this 1 to 2 wave sequence that happened dipped below the 200 EMA. So this is telling me that there was a break in structure, right? There was a good break in structure, but you can see, price is holding this trend still, right? And this was an important trend that gave the beautiful setup. But, right, price gave us a nice bearish impulse, and now it's trying to correct itself back up. Now, normally I would be buying, right? This candle right here is a candle that's closing and opening and closing above my 50 moving average, and I would originally get into the trade to try to catch the continuation for the buy. But something particular happened, right? This next candle engulfed my entry candle that I would like to take for a continuation. So even if I would have entered right here, I would have automatically gotten out, because every and all the momentum that looked like was building up now is getting rejected by the bears. So the sellers are telling me that
it's 22:30.
I appreciate that. The sellers are telling me that the momentum is about to continue. So this is where the third wave sequence really gets in. So I use the higher time frame to really analyze what's going on, and then I also go down to the 15-minute to confirm what I need to do. So all I need for really right, is to pay attention as well as to these fibs. If you pay attention to this yellow fib line, right, price is particularly around this 50%. And if you don't know what fib that I'm really looking at, I'm going to go ahead and draw it for you so everybody can go ahead and be on the same page. I'm also going to rewind so really everybody can really be on the same page. So right in here, right? Right in here, I'm going to go down to the hourly time frame and try and walk everybody really piece by piece on the blank and on my actual chart so everybody can see. And the fib that everybody is seeing with the yellow, right, is from this high to this low. I'm going to extend it out so everybody can see. And this is the real bearish correction that the market tried to make, right? So we have, remember, our 1 to 2, our 3 to 4. On this 3 to 4 wave sequence is really where I'm trying to get in. This was the first time that the market really gave you its story that it's trying to sell. And then right here, nice continuation back down. So this is the 5th wave pullback, family. This is the 5th wave that's giving us an opportunity to get into the market. So once I have a bearish close beneath that that's breaking the trend, I can now confirm that I can get into the trade. Right, this next candle right here on the hourly is going to tell me that I can get into the market, but I have to use multi-time frame influence to make sure the overall trend on all accordances are on the same page. So I have the break on the 1 hour time frame, and then I like to go down to at least two time frames lower to confirm my trend. So how I'm going to do that, right, is I think it just reset itself. I think it did just reset itself. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back because see, my computer is trying to be a little bit difficult on me. But that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Right? We adapt. we don't react. We always adapt. Okay. So I see this closure beneath the 50. Right. I'm gonna go down to the 15-minute time frame. Once I go to the 15-minute time frame, I need a closure beneath the 50 moving average to really give me that confirmation to get in. Boom, right here. This is what I need. So I usually have a order somewhere at least at this 50% specifically because I like to be right on the waves of the fib and ride the trend. But this counter right here is really my confirmation. So I'm going to use this as just an entry, even though I was really looking and I actually did enter around the 57,500 level. Okay, and for my targets, I always go for the negative extension target. So for me in particular, I was trying to sell price, right, from this 50% all the way down to this extension level. I was trying to get that 5,000 pip swing. What the market did present itself, but you have to work your way into steps. So I realized that I'm a good distance away. I'm all the way at the 50%. Price has to break these levels of structure before it gets there. So for me, I at least try to take partials every other fib level. So if I entered at the fib, I go through the 382 and I'm securing some type of partials on the 236 because I could expect a pullback depending on how the market likes to move. So let's go back up to the hourly time frame. Now that I have my confirmation to enter, I know my target is a negative 13 extension level, but I'm going to use the 236 as just a first overall idea target. Okay. So we're going to continue moving on. And you see how price is bouncing off this 382 fib level? That's because this is important levels. These are important key levels that the market is reaching. So, and I want to point out something that's interesting here, right? Even though price pulled back above my entry, I'm still staying into the trade. I didn't even get a break below my next fib level to continue on. So I'm staying in and I'm trusting my stop loss. Now, something interesting happens, right? Price comes back down, looks like it's about to sell, but it's trying to hold this uptrend that it's in. Remember, we're still above the 50 moving average. We're still on an uptrend, but look how price is getting rejected. Every time we get right above where it should be continuing, rejection. This is not a double rejection. This is giving me even more confirmation that this 3 to 4 wave sequence is the move. But remember, I said the 3 to 4 wave sequence is the one that I like to enter in on, but the market will sometimes give me another pullback. And look what happened on this pullback. It wicked my stop loss. So it stopped me out of the trade. So this trade idea is now canceled. Now I have to enter into the market again, right? I have to wait until the market presents itself. So I see another break of the 50% level. So I see it on the 1 hour time frame. I go down to the 15-minute because I need that extra confirmation. This candle right here was that confirmation to get in. Okay, so same setup, around this 50%, and I'm trying to take it down at least to the other fib level, which for me is the 236. So that's a 2,000 pip move. That's great crypto moves. So I'm gonna go back up to the hourly time frame because that's what we're reviewing the market at the moment. And just an overview, right? We had the 1 to 2 wave sequence. This is the identified wave. We have the pullback to 2 to 3, and I'm trying to enter on the 3 to 4. I entered on the first 3 to 4 wave sequence. Price came back, stopped me out, but I worked my entry again around the same level. So this is where we are currently at the price. Okay. Now I got to open and close beneath the 200 moving average. This is exactly what I need to see for the continuation of the bearish trend. Okay, it's still giving me the same supply zone. These buyers are not trying to let go of this 38.2 around the 56,500 level, but we still nice engulfing continuation pattern. Price action is nice. So we always use price action on top of market structure. And market structure right here is where we're getting important, right? We see this nice supply zone that's right here above this second wave sequence. Now, if you remember what I was saying, this second wave sequence is extremely important because that is the neckline of the M. I'm going to say that again. The second wave sequence is the neckline of the M. If we have our 1 to 2, our identified wave, and then our 3 to 4 is where we're trying to repeat the same thing, the 1 to 2, but we had it wick us out and we had to work our way back in. So now we have the second and fourth support being held, but this is a nice engulfing candle. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see price action breaking on top of that market structure. And that's what gave us this nice, real continuation down. And then you see this 50, this pink 50, and this blue box is really our next nice support zone that we really need to be identifying to break. So I had our smaller wave sequence, right, that we got in on, but we still have the overall bigger trend move, right? This is the big move that we were able to identify from the first move. So I'm gonna make this yellow so everybody can be on the same page on what's really happening on both charts. And now we're down here, okay? So now that we've worked our way down here, right, I need to see price break this level. This is where we're at right now. I need to see price break this second wave sequence. We broke the first one. Now we need to see price break the second one. This is where it gets real interesting. Okay. Even I'm gonna stay on the 4-hour time frame. Watch these next few candles as they react to this nice supply zone, right? Price came up, gave us a nice bullish reaction out, right? Even on the hourly, price is struggling to hold. What is the key word I said? Struggling. The buyers are here. Look at these wicks. Buy up, right? Sell down, buy up. Price, look, buying up again. It's trying to break it, but then something important happens, right? Notice it's 50%. This is the bigger fib, the 50%. I'm going to actually make this really big so everybody can really see what's going on. Okay, look, that's nice price action out of it. Nice price action. The buyers are trying to hold. The buyers are not playing games. Also want to point something out. Right, we got in up here, okay? This is everything that happened so far. We got in up here around these 50% of the smaller fib. And right now, price went over 4,000 pips in profit. I'm telling you right now, if you don't at least move your stop loss to your entry or you secure some type of profit, something is wrong with you. Now, my overall target, like I said, was from the 50% down to the negative 13 extension. But I wanted to make sure I'm securing partials every other fib level because this is important. So we already secured partials at the 236. I really secured partials at this big fib, but really the strong supply zone that the market is trying to break, I'm expecting a pullback. Why is another reason I'm expecting a pullback? Look how far we are from the moving average. You see the 50 moving average? You see how far we are? So when I have this pullback right here out of this nice supply zone, look, you see that nice supply zone? Price is not playing any type of games. So I'm aware of that. I know I'm expecting a pullback, which is okay. So when price pulled back like this, I'm expecting that. Now you can say, Trev, do you enter in for a buy? This is a nice buy. I mean, this is a nice bullish structured pullback. I could have entered in for a buy off a lower time frame. When I say lower, not even a 15-minute. Price came back, pulled back, and then gave a little bit of a dip. But when I say lower time frame, look how there's no real structure here for me to get in, even on the 5 minutes. So that's a no-go. I didn't get in right here. I need more of a push and pull kind of idea for me to get into the market. So when price came back to this moving average right here, family, this is important. I kind of didn't even explain right here what just happened, but I'm going to replay it again, okay? Price came back up to the 50 moving average and immediately started rejecting. So now I'm going to go to the lower time frame so you can see what's happening. It met the 200 moving average, which is the downtrend continuation. This is important. It's also meeting the same support zone, the second sequence support supply, and started selling. So immediately when I get an open and close beneath this 50 moving average, I have more confirmation to get into the trend. So I have an entry up here that's in profit. And now guess what I'm doing now? I'm getting me another entry. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And guess what the target is? We still going for that 5,000 pip swing, baby, on this first target. Yes, sir. And now we have another entry that's going to give us a 2,500 at least pip swing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as you can see, as I go back to the hourly time frame, from this standpoint on, price is just beautifully moving. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, price came back and stopped us out. So what does that mean? No longer in the trade. Trade voided. This supply zone, this major supply zone is still holding. So now what I have to do is I have to wait until price gives me another entry. I see from the same fib that price pulled back up into the same 382. If you look, price almost came to my entry, right? Luckily for me, my entry was a little bit higher, so it didn't wick me out. But if you would have entered in right here, it is what it is. You viewed insecure partials when profits when you were 4,000 pips in. This is what happens when you don't do that. So luckily for me, I was still able to be having an entry into the trade because my entry was a little bit higher up in here. So I didn't get stopped out. But price still gave you another opportunity to enter in once you have a closure beneath your 50 moving average and really your 200 moving average. So right here was another opportunity to get in, stop loss above the high, and guess where we're still trying to take it down to? That negative 13 extension level, which is so beautifully proven with the price action and market structure that the market is moving. Nice heavy drop. Family, look how immediate and fast this heavy drop is. That is so pivotal and key. And it's just really important for you to identify and realize what exactly is going on in the market. Okay. If I were to go to the 4-hour time frame right now, right? And I want you to identify these wave sequences that's going on. I have my 1 to 2 and my 3 to 4 wave sequence. Once I have my 3 to 4 wave sequence, this fifth wave right here is so important because when price came back again and pulled back right here, it's giving you another wave sequence. I want you to see it. I want you to let me know when you actually let me do this. We got our 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and then 5. Boom, another beautiful wave sequence that the market was able to give you. So I'm running out of time here. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit just so I can really show you guys what's going on. We're going to stay on the 4-hour time frame now. And then right here, this is where price really got interesting. After you have the closure of this second wave sequence support, which is really the middle line of the M, price just gave off. The buyers really just lost momentum. We're now above below the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. That is huge, huge. So the target for this negative 13 extension was hit. My next target is always the next extension level, which for me will be this 272. But these white lines that you see for the fib is the overall bigger fib from this last impulsive wave up. We're now in the 71 and 786 supply zone, and that's where Bitcoin really began to have its rally back up. And I don't believe it really even came back down lower after that. Exactly where price worked its way in to where price is now. As I fast forward to where price is now, you can really be able to see how the market is moving in its beautiful wave pattern here. So now what I want to point out to you, family, is we are now back at the 50 moving average on a 4-hour time frame. So for me, what I'm looking at is from a daily perspective, what's going to happen next, right? If you look, we came down almost and touched the 50 moving average on the daily. Now here we are on a 4-hour giving you this downward trend. I would not be surprised, family, if price started to sell off again. I'm not even gonna lie. I would not be surprised just off the recent price action that price is making. If it is going to do it, I would at least like to see some type of pullback and some more price action to line up with market structure and give us a W out. That would be amazing, and that would be what I would love to see. So once again, thank you for stopping by to watch this video. Hopefully you were able to learn something and really able to pick up on these key pivotal sales that the market was able to print. Once again, stay blessed, family, and I hope everyone has a blessed day. Peace.